Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Radiant Abilities, coming to you for the next 3 days, live, with some special segments, and because I am wrapping up enrollment on my online course on dating, relationships, and disability, how do you have confidence and succeed, which closes on June 14th. In order for you to help understand what's behind this online course and why I developed it for you, and the passion I have behind it, I want to share with you today a personal story, because today's a very important date for me. 10 years ago today, I met my husband, and the story of our first date is much more about how to fully step into the life you want as a person with a disability, more than it is about dating and relationships. However, it's very helpful with that too. So, let me give you some background in case you've never seen me or my videos before. Born with cerebral palsy, great family, great upbringing, felt pretty empowered throughout my whole life, except in the area of dating and relationships, because as a teenager, the only person that wanted to date me was another person with a disability, and I was too immature at that time to identify the discomfort I had about that. And although I was liked, it was in teenage years, and I was rejected, not accepted as a potential dating partner, and worst case, not even considered one because of my disability, and I didn't have any good role models of other people with disabilities in happy, healthy relationships. This and carrying on through college, did fine socially, actually did great socially, have friends, lots of friends, no boyfriends, no dates. It felt like such this invisible barrier that I could not break through. Finally got out of college. Did get into a relationship, was not a good one, was not a positive one, not one that helped me feel fulfilled. And that ended in that horrible breakup, to the point where I just stopped dating for years because it was so painful. And I've been getting a lot of great comments and messages on Facebook about people in that very place who are hurting, who want relationships, who want a date, and they're just and they've been rejected and not accepted, and they just feel like it's so hard to have hope that something could work out. That's how I lived for years. However, I always had within me that strong desire to want to have a relationship, want to meet someone, fall in love, want it to be a good relationship that I felt good about, wanted to have a family. That desire in me would not go away no matter what I did. So, I kept doing the work on myself. I'm a counselor, so it's pretty easy for me to look into self-help, self-awareness things. And I kept working on myself. And I said, you know what, I want this a dream more than I want the pain of living alone like I'm living. So, I eventually got back into dating, and at that point in my life, I was in my late 30s, and certainly not at the point in my life where I was gonna go to bars and meet people that way, and all my friends at that point were happily married with kids and knew no single people. So, I did some online dating, and I decided I'm just gonna try this for fun, see what happens. And 10 years ago today, I went into a restaurant to finally meet this person that I have been chatting with through the dating site for a few weeks. And he knew I had cerebral palsy because, again, at that point in my life, I didn't want to play a lot of games, so I always put it on my profile that I had cerebral palsy. So 10 years ago tonight, we meet, and we're having dinner, and got my husband, much more than the now, was very shy and quiet, and I did most of the talking, which was fine. And we chatted through dinner, and it was okay, but there was like the great white elephant in the room of talking about my disability and how he felt about that. So finally we get to dessert, and I say, so, how are you doing with me? And I kid you not, huge tears well up inside and begin rolling down his face. And I think, oh my gosh, I am never dating again because I'm about to be so rejected. But by that point, I had the awareness about myself and about my disability that, you know what? Then this is what's going to happen. Then this is what's going to happen, because ain't nothing I can do about having a disability. It's just who I am. And I took a deep breath, and in one moment, everything changed about me having a disability and how I lived with having a disability. And I said, you know, there's nothing I can do about my disability. It's not anything I can change. This is who I am. This is part of the package. This is me. This is who you get. And in that moment, everything changed, because what I did was, rather than before, where I would begin to crumble over the lack of acceptance, the rejection, the discomfort with me, rather than crumble to that, rather than give that power, what I did was say, no, this is who I am. Nothing can be done about it. Nothing can take away my disability. This is how I live life. And I told God, I certainly understand that I may not be for you, that being in a relationship with someone with a very obvious disability may not be something that you're up for, but this is who I am, and I can't change that. And I began to realize that hits and discomfort with my disability really had nothing to do with me, because it wasn't something that I could control. And it really had to do more with his comfort level. And I very gently said that to him, and then I took another risk, and I said, I realize you're uncomfortable, and I would still like to get to know you. You see, what I did mention is, the minute I walked into that restaurant and saw him, I knew I wanted to date him. You know how sometimes you just had that very intuitive feeling, and you know when people are right for you. So I said to him, I still want to date you, but I understand if you're too uncomfortable with that. So let's leave it that you're aware that I would like to date you, and that you will contact me if you want to get to know me more. And that's how we left it. And I went home that night having no idea if I would ever hear from him again. However, I went home that night truly feeling like I had broken that invisible barrier that I felt for years, because I was stepping fully into being a person with a disability, knowing my strengths, knowing what I had to offer, knowing that not everyone may accept that, and that was okay, that it wasn't about me, that their acceptance or lack of was not a reflection of me. So, the happy part of the story is just in the next night, I got an email from Scott, and it said something to this effect. I'm still not sure about you. However, that was a very powerful date we had, a very powerful conversation. I cannot stop thinking about it, and I need to get to know you because you're so confident about yourself and you're so beautiful. And I think what he meant was just my ability to stand in who I was. He's saying you're so confident and beautiful, I got to at least get to know you. And so began our journey together. And that was 10 years ago. Today, we've been married nearly 8 of those years. And again, I tell you that story, one, because I am promoting my dating course and that ends on Wednesday. And what my dating course is packaging all that self-esteem, confidence, positive ways to look at yourself and your disability into a course, and me guiding you through the steps and providing you coaching as you go through the course. So the link to that is below. And I'm also going to put into the post and the link to the blog post I wrote today about this. However, let me leave you with, if you don't want to date it, that's not something you're into, that's fine. I want to leave you with whatever you want to do with your life, whatever you dream about doing with your life, whatever your vision is of where you want to go. The single most important advice I can give to you is to step into your power as a person with a disability. And I know it's hard at times, especially when the world does not feel the same way about you. But when you do step into your power, everything changes. Everything changes because what you're doing is you're not fighting, you're not resisting how hard or challenging it is, but you're saying, hey world, this is who I am, can't change me, can't change my disability, but take a look at me and all that I have to offer. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.